just realized my mic's sitting on the table. Do I sound better with it not on the table?
I think you sound great all the time. But
how's that? Maybe I'll just hold it today. Today is Tuesday, September 24th. It's also my dad's birthday. Happy birthday, Dad. And it's Algo Hour 66. Welcome.
What are we doing? Why?
Oh, it's Order 60. That's from Star Wars. I was like, how
did you know that? Order 66.
That's how the kill all the Jedis. Oh my god, that's scary.
I don't understand that reference. Hi, Joe. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good.
Maureen Denny's here, listening from the car. Hi, Maureen. I am shocked. I did not know you had a car. You are always walking everywhere you go. It's so cool to see your pictures. I've been vibing with him big time lately. She takes the best pictures on her walks. Lord Beluga, you're here. Hello.
Hello. Sorry, we're spicy tweeting, so I'm having to follow up your spicy tweet with my own spicy tweet. So.
I feel like my spicy tweets are not the same level of spice as your spicy tweets.
I think yours was spicier than mine. I don't know.
I feel like you go pretty spicy on the tweets sometimes.
Name one time.
That one time you got paid $1,000 for almost slicing your tongue off eating ice cream with an axe. That was really good.
Worth it.
But also the time that you threw the knives and they bounced off of what you were throwing them on.
It was a little scary.
It was a little dicey. Dicey, spicy. Same deal.
But I do like self-harm spicy.
Ted is here, and Ted, we have verified, is not at Wimbledon or a golf course. He's, in fact, just enjoying his beautiful backyard. It's gorgeous where you are. I'm jealous.
Yeah, well, things are good. It's an outside day today. I've been really kind of buried with a lot of work recently, and I was looking at the calendar, and I'm looking at how quickly the sun's going down at night, and just trying to take advantage of the daylight when we have it, as well as that warmth. So while I don't live in a temperate climate like Joe, all year round, being able to take advantage of this kind of 6 to 8 week window where you can go, it starts off t-shirt and shorts where you want to have the umbrella out, and then it moves to, t-shirt and pants, and then it moves to like pants and like a flannel, and then, and then all of a sudden, I'm thinking about it, one of those restaurant propane heaters, if you get one of those, then it extends everything out by about another couple of weeks. So yeah,
I have transitioned into sweats and sweatshirts. I think this is the first time I've worn a sweat outfit on the show. Interesting. Sweatpants and a sweatshirt today. It's getting chilly up here in the Midwest.
It certainly gets chilly. It certainly gets Joe. We've lost Joe.
We lost the weather report.
He left to go put on his parka.
But in any event,
kidding. I'm sure it was his swimsuit because it's getting hot. All the new.
I would if I were to bet.
It's heating up.
I'm gonna bet before Joe gets back. It was his food, and he ordered lunch, and the lunch came.
Ooh, okay, but what did
he does look pretty happy right now.
Chipotle.
I think he ordered he looks like he ordered like Indian food. It's like
I bet he just had to go plug something in because
Joe, give us the details.
No, so I'm actually at my girlfriend's place, and her dog just got spayed, so I had to help her down the stairs.
Aww, that's sweeter than any one of us could have possibly predicted.
Wow, Joe, you've become a dad.
I know, right?
That's so sweet. Aww. We did say that her decor was a lot nicer. But you didn't post up behind the plant wall today.
Yeah, no, I'm just in the bedroom today because that's where she was lying down. So I figured I'd stay with her.
I love how sweet you are, doggy day caring for that pop post surgery. Sheesh, major brownie points. So, Lord Beluga, I saw you posted something talking about spicy tweets. I'm talking about the not spicy one that just said you just have to try to do a muscle up.
Yeah.
So my arms hurt big time from digging out all that. We dug out a place for gravel for people. I'll post pictures later, but I dug out like a 20 by 20, 6 inches deep.
Yo.
And I did have a little help. My husband was really great with the wheelbarrow because I cannot wheelbarrow. Can you guys wheel? That should be an Algo active challenge.
Using a
Because wheelbarrowing is hard.
Yeah, it's like
my dad.
it's like a sled.
No, because once you add all the weight to the wheelbarrow, I would spend ages digging, filling it, and then it'd be so heavy it'd tip the second I turned. It was so sad.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I've used a wheelbarrow since I was like 12, so I don't have a frame of reference, but
props to my dad who brought over a 2-wheeled one, which I didn't even know existed. But I was like, why do I have a one? He's like, no, you have a 2-wheeled one now. It's okay. So
I think that's a good
sign. 2-wheeled wheelbarrow. I could do it. I'm still sore, so my muscle up's going to be just as bad, like even worse than it would other. It's not like I could do one on a good day. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Let me just get to the top position and reverse it. You know.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it.
I'm real sore still. I'm not gonna lie. I put the hurt on. Joe, do you think you can do a muscle up?
I do not think so. No.
Ooh.
Yeah, I made a solid effort trying, and I can do the pull up, and I can, if you start at the top, like I can do a reverse relatively easily, but it's hard. I don't do it right though because I just cheat and use gravity and let gravity kind of take it down.
Oh, true.
Well, because if you're doing a reverse, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's like my not all the way there. But
it's hard.
I'm thinking.
I mean, I have both gotten it, lost it, gotten it, lost it. Like it's a very hard movement.
I should have done this when the weather was warmer, because isn't that how you get out of a boat? You know what I mean? If you're swimming, you pull yourself up and then, you know what I mean? But the water helps, so you could technically do it. Yeah. Or out of the pool, out of the hot tub.
Oh my gosh, muscle up out of the hot tub, Ted.
Oh boy.
I need it.
The weight will counteract. I don't know.
I'll send you a horse speedo. It'll be perfect.
Well, only if it has an insert for the nose to make it look 3D.
Oh.
Anyways, how about them wallets, Joe? We got some wallets, some new wallets. The quests are live.
No quests, yes.
Well, I don't mean actual wallet providers.
Yeah, my bad. No, I'm with you now.
Lots of new wallets. Like, it's been astounding. I'm loving seeing numbers. But I know that's not all you talk about in DevZen. So we will get you queued up and you can tell us what's new.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Hey, everyone. So today I figured I'd give an update on a couple of arcs that are being worked on right now. And the first of which is an arc that is kind of dedicated towards more towards developers, but it will be very helpful for end users too, is this arc called Arc 56. And this is basically going to make it so it's easier to tell what an app is doing on chain and make it easier to interact with. And so an example of how this would be useful as an end user is, if you go to, like, let's say, the app ID of a TinyMan contract and you look at it in Explorer, there's nothing there other than like a label that tells you it's a TinyMan contract and what it does. And that's right now a human process. But what this new arc is going to do, it's going to allow the Explorer to get information about that app and let you interact with that app directly through the Explorer. And this is going to be a feature on LoRa, the Explorer. And so this also offers a lot of beneficial features for developers as well, making it easier to integrate apps and just have better ecosystem composability. But this has been an arc long time coming, and it will likely get finalized this week. So that's kind of exciting. And then another arc that's a little bit more interesting is Arc 58. So this is an arc that it's mostly been myself and Kyle, or Kirby, that has been working on it. And what this allows you to do is it allows you to do essentially account abstraction. It allows you to represent an account through a smart contract rather than having to sign every single transaction. And so this enables a lot of really interesting features. The general gist is that you can essentially allow apps to act on your behalf without having to sign for each transaction. So for example, let's say you're playing a game and that game wants to send the transaction, every minute. Rather than having to pull up your wallet every minute, you can just tell your wallet, hey, I trust this game. Let it do transactions, and it'll do that for you. And you can get some really cool user experiences building on top of this. Like, for example, I think Kyle has posted some videos like demoing, signing into the Akita website with just Face ID. And you can combine that with ARC58 to get, different passkeys on different websites and have a very secure but better user experience than manually managing a mnemonic in something like Para or DFly. And overall gives you better user experience. And before we get too excited, this is a very technically complex arc. So there's still a lot of work to be done to actually get this, integrated and usable within the ecosystem. But me and Kyle just had a meeting today, earlier today, and talking about how we feel about it, and we're pretty happy with where it's at right now. So we're going to start to try to involve other people in the ecosystem, such as wallet providers and dApp developers, and try to align on how we can actually get this in the hands of users. Because there's kind of always two parts to an arc, right? There's the first part of coming up with the idea and the technical, how do we do it? And then there's the, okay, how do we actually make this available to end users in a way that makes sense? So thinking about things like, what does this look like integrated into Para? What does this look like if you're interacting with an app? And so there's still a lot of these questions to be solved. But the exciting thing is this stuff is possible, and it should open the door to a lot of interesting features, especially like UX improvements, reducing the amount of times you have to manually pull out your phone. So, this in combination with Liquid Auth in the future, Algo is looking like it's going to have a really awesome user experience. So, like I said, me and Kyle are still working on it. Still need to get it in front of other people, but it's in a place right now where we're pretty happy with it from at least the technical side of things. So I will keep you guys up to date as always. We have the Open Wallet Council every Friday, and we're going to discuss it probably in one of these upcoming council meetings. So as more information comes from that on ARC58 and any other exciting stuff from the Wallet Council, there's also been a lot of work being done on other wallet UX improvements on the technical side of things. So hopefully we'll have more exciting stuff to share in the future. But I think that's it for the updates today. Still working on all the same good stuff, Liquid Auth, Algo Kits, FNet, all that is still going according to plan. And like always, I'll keep you guys up to date as I can. But I'll hand it back to you, IRL.
So I think I saw a tweet from Jaws saying potentially they think they're still on track for like fourth quarter.
Yeah.
For incentivized consensus, and then maybe Q1 for technical sounding something.
Probably the peer-to-peer.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
not that
basically
technical sounding, but
reducing the reliance on the relays. Yeah, so that's I mean, right now it's always hard to give dates, especially when you're entering into really complicated things. But that's kind of the target for those. So
I was just thinking how much fun it would be to sit and listen in, and I would probably be a distraction because I'd be giggling and stuff. But to listen to you and Kyle talk nerdy to one another about your deving, like I feel like we should have inside dev sessions where like some of us get to watch you work and just watch those minds kind of bounce off one another, because we have some really cool devs. And we've got some up-and-comers that are making some cool stuff too that aren't necessarily in the same circles. I'm thinking Basic. They just did you see that? The new raffle that you don't have to wait to see if you won.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's cool.
Instant. But so I don't know. Maybe we need some like talk Debbie to me segments or something. I don't know. But it would be cool to be a fly on the wall in those conversations, because I bet it gets pretty nerdy but pretty cool thinking about what you could do with that stuff. I know who was it in the chat? Vince has said, you know, what you're talking about as far as authorizing just like an app or a DApp would be big for gaming, right? So you could keep playing the game and like collect stuff and not, you know, switch to Paradigm a lot. So
it's kind of similar, but with Daimios, we had to use just clawbacks so that you don't have to do a ton of transactions and they just like automatically do all the transactions. But like if you could run that without having to use clawbacks, since it is a little spooky.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there's definitely ways to like get around that UX problem, but you know, like you said, they're kind of sketchy sometimes, and also like every app does it a little bit differently, so it's hard for like wallets to properly tell the user what's actually happening, which adds to like the sketchiness.
I agree. I know Ted has some sports, but also we've got some NFT flex time to catch up on. I don't know. I had a great week in NFTs, so we'll let Ted do sports first. If you're ready, Ted.
Yeah, it's hard to stay focused given how much grass I'm touching, but I can make something work.
Well, we got Polly, Bento, Yomos here, so I appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll do sports then NFT flex then.
Hello, everyone. This is yours truly, excited to have another great sports stuff section for you. Mostly football related today, some American, some European, and we'll get to all of it and more by the end of this section. But first, we'll start off with the Week 3 NFL season, where we had a lot of really fun, exciting games. You had a team like the Minnesota Vikings, who's just been absolutely ravaged by injury, just have the opportunity to look amazing. Sam Darnold, former first round pick that's bounced around the league, has been pretty much, you know, I think 4 teams, a lot of teams. He led the Minnesota Vikings to victory 34-7, while also benefiting from the Vikings defense overwhelming CJ Stroud with 2 interceptions, I think 5 sacks. So Sam Darnold continues to look impressive, and that's always something fun to watch. The Minnesota Vikings looked like they were kind of having a season that, you know, when your starting quarterback goes down in the preseason. But with that said, good for them. Speaking of new and up-and-coming quarterbacks, we had Bo Nix with his first career win in Tampa Bay. Broncos beating them 26-7 with another complimentary defensive performance with 6 sacks. We had the Rams beating the San Francisco 49ers in a very dramatic fashion. Matthew Stafford, I believe, has 54. No, that doesn't seem right. But a tremendous amount of fourth quarter comebacks in his career under his belt. I think it puts him in the top 10 all time. And he had another one here. It was an absolutely phenomenal victory for them. The 49ers are in a little bit of a tougher situation. They're currently 1-2. Their starting quarterback, Brock Purdy, has back soreness, whatever you want to call that. You have the other guys like Christian McCaffrey in Germany at the moment. That's right. He's having a European vacation in the middle of the season to go see a specialist because his Achilles is that messed up. Your mileage may vary if you drafted him first overall, like pretty much everyone else did in fantasy football. And then you have Deebo Samuel as well, who's just looked, you know, he didn't look fantastic before and got injured, and then now it's that's a tough circumstance. So the 49ers are in injury purgatory. We'll see if they can do well. If you want my Ted Betts future bet of the day, it would be for the 49ers to miss the playoffs. I thought that was an interesting bet. It's still very much plus money, and they have a very difficult schedule. Moving on, we've got the Eagles barely beating the Saints with dominant yardage from Saquon and Dallas Goedert. They still managed to only squeak out a win, which was supposed to be an offensive powerhouse blowout where you had the New Orleans Saints who scored like 70 points in like 4 consecutive games dating back to last year. I thought that was fascinating to say the least. And the other main highlight game that I have for us is the Ravens at the Cowboys, where the Ravens, it was looking pretty solid for them. They had it pretty much under control. I want to say the score was 28-6, but dang, Dak Prescott is at least good enough. He got it up to back within a 6-point game, and then ultimately they ended up losing by 3. And for me, that the biggest takeaway I had from that was Derrick Henry is still an absolute animal. The broadcast highlighted his diet, which is all vegan. He does not eat until 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and he is what I call a physical specimen. So I think that's something that's really intriguing. He is, as I think one of the main motivators, as IRL is whispering to in my ear, is the fact that he's just pretty dang hangry. So we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, we have NCAA football. We had Big Ten kickoff, which is Fox Sports little game day thing. That was in Ohio State. While they crushed Marshall 49-14, it looked a little sketchy at the beginning of that game. I watched it. Marshall looked like they were gonna be serious. They actually got out, and I think they got out and had a lead at one point, 7-0. But you know how that goes. And then we had Michigan beating USC 27-24. Michigan was really looking dominant in that first half, and then started to struggle a little bit as USC showed some fight, but ultimately couldn't overcome the defensive effort from Michigan. I think the biggest thing that they can provide is Donovan Edwards on the run game, and they have some really great defensive stalwarts between the offense or the defensive line and their linebackers. The college football game day, which is ESPN's thing, was in Oklahoma as they played Tennessee. So this was a 2 top 10 teams coming after it. Tennessee not crushed them on the scoreboard, but it really felt like it. It seemed like Oklahoma has really struggled all season long to pick up significant offensive momentum, whereas Tennessee has had 3 consecutive games prior to that one just absolutely annihilating opponents. I think their average points per game is over 50 before that game, while they only scored 25 against Oklahoma. Being able to do that in Norman was pretty impressive. And lastly, this was the game of the week for certain. We've talked about the Colorado Buffs before a lot on this channel. Everything from Lil Wayne concerts to toes that have fallen off and everything in between. We had Colorado having to make a last-second Hail Mary attempt in the pouring rain to tie the ball game up to take it to overtime. And then they were able to go and successfully convert their first offensive possession into another touchdown. So they were up by 7 and stopped the Baylor Bears from crossing the goal line with a fumble by Travis Hunter, who caught 120 yards worth of passes earlier in that game. So that's the guy that plays both sides of the coin, offense and defense. And for him to be able to go and do that and make pretty much game-saving plays, I think is absolutely incredible. That, in my opinion, was definitely one of the most important and kind of exciting things. Looking ahead to this week, we have a fantastic game, Georgia versus Alabama. Georgia last week struggled very mightily against Kentucky, but they still got the dub. That's what matters, whereas Alabama continues to really look solid. You've got USC versus Wisconsin. Wisconsin is coming off of a tough loss against Alabama, and USC is obviously coming off that tough loss against Michigan. So that'll be interesting to see how they should bounce back. Miller Moss is the USC's quarterback. In my opinion, should have a great game. So keep out a lookout for him. And yeah, that's kind of the high level of that. That would be the game that I would look out for. Going across the pond, we have some English Premier League. We had the Chelsea beating West Ham 3-0. We had Everton tying Leicester City 1-1. They have still yet to get a win, which is interesting to say the least. We had Aston Villa coming back from behind from down 1-0 to come back and win 3-1.
don't know where Ted went. There he is.
We lost him.
You can go back and do your thing. I'm sorry.
I don't know where I got cut off, but the long and short of it is that we've got some great soccer. We've had some great soccer, some football, English football. Particularly, we had, I can go back and find that again. We had Leicester City tying Everton 1-1. And the other big thing that we had was just seeing their performance where they cannot get a win. Everton right now is currently being purchased by a new owner. Let me pull that up right now.
That nice weather is really interfering with his signals.
It's proof you can't touch grass and run crypto.
I'm sitting at a desk right now. I need to go back to standing at a desk. But
you know who else is sitting? Governor Hat, after shattering his C4 vertebrae today.
You did not really shatter it. For real? I hope not.
Yeah, he just sent me a selfie from the hospital. He's in a neck brace.
Oh my goodness. I thought he was just being snarky.
Yeah, he's
Oh, felt bad. My response was, good thing you're just a hat, because his screen name on here is Governor's Hat. And I was like, oh my God. We do. My husband knows somebody who fell off a roof and is paralyzed now. And it's we love him, but it was devastating to say the least. So you can do those muscle ups. You're right, whether or not you have use of your legs.
Exactly. True. Yeah, it might actually be easier without legs.
I mean, if you're an amputee, maybe, because you wouldn't have the weight.
That's true.
But they have legs, so Anyways, Ted's out sunbathing somewhere, so that's fun. It's okay. What we can do is head on into Flex Time, because I'm stoked about this week's flexes. Okay, so
we got 2 weeks of flexes to do.
I know. Well, it's hard, doing it live, and then if we had a great special guest last week and it just ran over, which I totally get. So we missed it last week, but never fear, we've got it here, and we're gonna go over them. Let's see.
We got the JoJo Snowman. Oh, just kidding. You're doing the latest first. Ah, yes.
Latest first. Of course. Yeah, puts you right on top, huh? Well, I feel like that rewards the people who wait till the very last second.
I mean,
But there's not a better way to order it. Anywho, the only thing holding Algo back from $4. That's a spicy take.
Listen, the bear market started when shrimp sticks were invented. Prove me wrong. They were both made November 21. Shrimp sticks and the top. We've gone down ever since they existed.
So you're saying we should roast them all? Burn them all?
If shrimp sticks did not exist, Algo would be $4. Prove me wrong.
All right. Yielding. That's a large accusation. I mean, he did just give us all our best friends, but it's okay.
After murdering 3 of my other friends, is that really a gift? Wow.
Gracious.
You can have one friend.
The gracious you. Yes. All right. So Rumi's got a cowboy. It looks like almost like a cowboy king. Like he's got like a little collar on there. Is it a zerker? Not a berserker. It's a zerker. That's right. All right, Vince. I thought maybe they were berserkers. I have one on XRP too.
You should bridge that to Algo, by the way. But yes, zerkers.
I'm really in the state of doing minimal efforts.
Okay, send it to me. I'll send it to Algo.
Which includes, I'm missing out on so much good stuff in the Discords right now too. So yes, I know. I need a weekly accountability class. Vince, this is Zerker 666.
Oh.
Feels like it couldn't be a coincidence. Not randomly assigned numbers, perhaps. Sheba, who has the biggest collection of Astro Explorer NFTs. I dare say he's got to be the biggest holder.
I believe so.
But he posted last night. It blew my mind. I said, OMG, Becky, look at that NFT collection. It's so big and round and out there. Because that's what I felt when I looked at all of his that he has. Who's this? That's the Sheba Astro Explorer, that formerly H&Y. They rebrand. But yes, you heard right. It is Algo Hour today, happening now. You were in the audience earlier, but I think maybe you might have gotten called away to work. I'm interested to see, though. We'll just tell him he missed it. He had to take that call because we got a Sports with Ted. Bro better bring up Dubois versus AJ. I swear, if you missed that, Ted, I don't think he did because he rugged hard. So
wow. Didn't talk about Arsenal. Didn't talk about Dubois.
The doggy. He's doing all right. Let's see here. What else we got for flexes? There's Windows. I'm flipping.
Can you hear me now?
No, hello, Ted.
Okay, thank you. Hi. Yeah, quick little final update on that. Arsenal versus Man City 2-2 was a good game.
Is that a good game, Ted?
It was, because there was a tough red card against Arsenal, and Man City scored in the 8th minute of the of injury time, and then the boxing card was. Let me find that.
Oh,
Did I watch that?
Oh man!
No, because sometimes I watch the fighters and I don't remember. No, I didn't watch this game fight at all. Oof. Sorry.
Oh, that's even worse than just skipping out of rugging this.
I'm embarrassed for you, Ted.
It's.
I'm sorry. There's always we love and accept you as you are, even if you're missing the heavyweight boxing coverage. Yomo, next time there's some big boxing news, we'll call you in and you can do it with your gloves on. That would be cool to give us the boxing news with gloves on.
It's like me not being able to work out. You know, that's the level of fail you just went through, Ted.
You know what? I can just go and unplug my computer again, and we can
again.
Don't leave me, Ted. I'm just kidding.
No, I kid. Gosh, yeah.
Well,
it's so funny. Oh,
go ahead.
I was just out here for so long, and then it doesn't break, and then it decided to break. But whatever.
That's how live streams work, my friend. I was wondering how you were out there and still plugged in, and then I was like, oh, he's not plugged into his Wi-Fi. That's probably all right. So my main NFT flex is this animated Broken Hearts with Dragonfly I scored from auction. But I'm also selfishly flexing my JoJo Snowman adorned in traits I created. That's cool.
Ooh, that is nice.
Very neat. The animated Dragonfly is crazy.
It's impressive.
Especially because they're made in PowerPoint. I don't know how you animate it. I feel like they would explain it and it would hurt our heads. But
I feel like you could just take each still image as it moves around and then move everything with it.
Maybe. Doodle says if you don't snowman, do you even Algorand? I hurt my feelings.
Ooh, at Stacy.
I don't know. All right, so here's my flexes. Just in the last couple of days, we hit the Zerkers launch. I think their shuffle's still live. And that's pretty cool because that gets you access to their arcade that has a bunch of cool retro games in it. But also, Mars dropped his comic. And so I pulled a rare cover and the common cover, and I have 3 still in the sleeve, and I don't know if I should open them or not. I feel like I've never been a real, in real life comic book collector, but I feel like you would keep it in, it could be an ultra rare. I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Feels very arbitrary.
I feel like it's a little bit of like Schrodinger's cat. Like it could be an ultra rare or it could be a common. It's both while it's still in the sleeve, right? Joe, back me up on this. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was fun. The process was super smooth. It was really cool. You go to the kiosk on his website. It's very interactive. I know. Mars, you always do a great job. Let's see what else. Oh, here's another Mars. Blessed for a day. We reckon some more mental Marvins for IRL and the gang. What are you flexing today? And look at this. Link to the YouTube channel below. Watch and subscribe. Don't you know? Bless knows what's up. I appreciate that, Blessed. Yeah, good people. DC Perp, King of the Broken Hearts. Keeping it mental for NFT Flex Time this week. Who doesn't love a good royal body trait? Pretty fancy. And this one's like a neon raver.
Ooh.
DC Perp's got some good ones. And then some from last week that we missed running over on the show. Bernard Wolf. I can't say, well, I'm following you, so that's cool. Kevin is opening his Mental Marvin comic on his phone right now, just in time for NFT Flex Time. It's good. Polly, Two-Hearted last week. This is a CEC assassin familiar by Scott Marin. I don't know about these assassins, but it's cool.
Do they assassinate the Billy Big Beaks?
I hope not. I would hope not. I feel like they would be buddies.
Oh, they work for the BBB. The BBB Assassination Guild.
Scott Marin always has so much going on as far as like just the art he's producing. It's pretty cool. Let's see here. PXL Heroes made the animated pixel dragonfly. Worth a follow. Does some good, fun work. And then Luga, knowing everything about NFTs, said, yeah, they were on XRP too, but they did that animation. Very cool. And this is really good. And last week, Luga, you posted a not so crazy goop.
Look, that's a very dapper goop.
I mean, those fashion choices are.
Dodge the crazy.
I feel like it's all parts.
I don't know.
Like,
are Mog glasses crazy?
Part put together. Part like got like, yeah, you got like nerd, goth, and jock all represented there.
Oh wow, yeah. I didn't think about that. Okay, so definitely crazy goop. Okay.
It's the crazy. It's the craziest of gooses for sure.
Just like subdued crazy. Like you don't know they're crazy until you're on like the 5th date and you're already locked in.
I mean, I don't know that this goose would get a 5th date with that outfit going on. What is he chewing? Is that a cricket?
Just a cricket. That's what gooses eat. Easy budget, cheap date. How do you
not have real life crazy goose? And I have, obviously, a blue goose. But, okay. Jacko Nunn, NFT Flex Time for the Algo Hour with IRL is a custom Big Daddy Leech.
Lich.
How do you say it?
Lich.
Okay. From Ryan Tadashi? Tadashi sounds more right. Won in a football contest based on my high scoring player. Okay. It's cool art. It looks pretty cool. I'm following them, so it makes me feel a little bit better. I'm trying to keep up. It's a basic beaches. Some basic beaches. Should have made Joe say that one.
What are basic beaches?
Basic.
I don't know about this. Doodles, give me a basic beach. What do I need?
I dig it. Awesome. And then this is for last week's drop, which I think there are still some copies of that comic available, but gearing up for that mental one. And then the Zerkers, which I think that one's live too. And then last week I flexed this because Void, as you know, launched mainnet. And yeah.
What's the status of Void mainnet? Is it good?
Yeah. Everything else. So far, so good. I think somebody was saying something about their lack of testnet flags, but I don't know whether they're using the testnet now that mainnet's up.
Yeah, I've heard that FUD. I didn't know how.
Again, I am in very much the zone of minimal effort. It's not that I don't want to, it's that I just can't. I just can't. You gotta know when to call it. But I don't want to miss everyone that posted for last week's Flex Time comic drop. Lots of people flexing Mars for his drop. I know a lot of people were really excited. He does great work. And then the Zerkers have like not even crowd funded devs. They've just like crowd developed. Like the music in their games feature artists, the devs in their games are all like, a lot of it was the first game that they'd ever made, which is really cool. I just think it's sweet.
Yeah.
What'd we miss, Luga? I know you know everything about NFTs.
What do you? I don't think you missed anything. I think you got everything.
I want to say I saw there was a Hush drop coming later in the week.
Like the
maybe
Hush?
Next week or
Hush
the 29th. I feel like Hush is back.
Ooh.
I feel like I saw some other news too that I just might be missing on the drops. If you got a drop coming up, I'm sure I am forgetting one.
There's something coming soon. Beaver Buds. Beaver Buds is coming soon.
What is?
Beaver Buds. So there's Breezy
Is that from
Beavers.
Beavers, yeah.
And then they made Cape Friends, and now they're like burning beavers and making better art of beavers.
Oh, okay.
So there's a Beaver Buds coming. I think in like 2 weeks.
So yeah, I might never have a real actual best friend because I just hate the idea of burning friends. I don't want to burn friends. No.
I can't tell you if it's worth it or not. It is really cute. Cute is really cute, but like it is very well done. Like the best friends are immaculate, but like
they are very cool. I will say that. I did have a couple of bookmarks. Tomorrow there is a Hacking University webinar being put on by the foundation and some of their community champions. I think I saw this on Gemma's Twitter. I think she's like the Miami champion, if I'm not mistaken. But it is a live storm event. So I'll retweet it right now if you're interested. But it's a hacking and diversity webinar. So it did say whether you're an experienced hacker or just starting out or non-technical, it was okay for everyone to participate in that tweet. So I retweeted it if you're interested. That was something that was kind of cool I saw going on. I mentioned if you are good at Discording, unlike someone, and you go into basic and do the treasure hunt, so you have some basic treasure because you do the Discord, good for you. You can try the no wait raffle. So Per Doodles posted on Twitter, and again, I'll quick retweet it so that it's on my thing if you need it, but it's a link. You get a ticket for every basic treasure. But I think a raffle where you don't have to wait to find out if you win is pretty dang cool.
Pretty innovative.
What do you think about that, Joe?
Yeah, it sounds.
This is a new dev we've got in the space that's like learned since they've been here how to dev. It's pretty cool. I'm trying to think. They've done some other things too on the dev side, which is just like same goes for the Astro Explorers too. A lot of those, it's like their first time deving, and they made a game that works with a token gated NFT asset, and you get you don't always win tokens, but if you're good at the games, you can win tokens. So yeah, I don't know. I dig it big time. Mars's public drop was open. That opened on the 19th. And then I saw last week, and we didn't touch on it, that Taco had a visitor. Frugal BC was up at Dora's Tacos.
Oh.
In not Montana, Utah? Pretty sure it's Utah. Anyways, it was pretty cool. I'm super jealous. We need to make our way there one day for an Algo Hour Taco Tuesday because
that was a good time.
Very cool.
That was fantastic.
It was cool to see just like the people making real world connections. Like Taco has had it set up in his point of sale system for a while. Joe, you maybe need to pitch this to Stacy so she can get her transaction counts up. But she could be buying tacos every Tuesday with Taco Coin. It's like built into his POS at the restaurant. And POS is point of sale, not piece of, for anyone wondering.
Or proof of stake.
Or proof of stake. Yeah, that's like, it's still POS. It's a little O. I don't know. But it is cool. Like that's like a real world thing that's happening now that is like built. So it's very cool. That's on my Algram bucket list. I want to get there in person and eat some tacos and pay for it in Taco Coin. And you get a discount, which is cool. I'm all about the discounts. So.
I think we also have an ice cream truck from B. Franklin.
Is it Bree Franklin or is it Blue Sky?
Oh.
I think Blue Sky has an ice cream truck. Maybe we have two. And I don't know, is that built into his like point of sale?
Like does he accept Algo?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. I think that's cool. And one of the things I would like to do is do some demos for those types of people because that's like real world, like actually a thing. You can go out to eat and not have cash, but pay with crypto. That's cool. It's even cooler that crypto is on Algorand. So
right.
I'm just saying we're gonna maybe petition AF for a grant to go around and try those. They're not gonna give me, but it's in Utah. I'm almost sure of it. I'll find out for sure and let everyone know. But pretty sure Dora's Tacos is in Utah. Chat's not helping me out at all. They don't know.
I thought it was Iowa.
Iowa, Utah.
I think Iowa sounds right.
Iowa does sound more right.
I think it's something with an I.
Yeah, it's definitely Iowa. So you're welcome, everyone. Once again.
And I knew it was wrong. Ted saves the day. All right. I think that's it. Ted, you got anything coming up for next week? You're going to help try to do a muscle up?
It's in development.
If you try it today,
this is a complex engineering feat. And as Joe would very well understand, some of these complexities, it's complex. It's hard to do timelines.
Just try it. You can fail.
No, I don't mind. It's the ridicule on the internet of having a
fail. If anybody comes for Ted, they got to go through me. Okay.
Don't ridicule. Yeah, all good vibes. Okay. I love your co-host, Joe.
Yeah, so cute.
So sweet. What about you, Luga? You are bribing people to get active today for some jobs. Yes. All you got to do is try it. Anything else coming up for you this week?
It's my birthday Thursday.
What?
Yeah. I'll be 35.
Happy solar return. Is that what Feely calls it?
Is that what 35 is? Oh.
No, I just mean your birthday.
Just every birthday.
Your lunar return, your solar return. I don't know. This is why we need her here. Happy early birthday.
Thank you. It'll be wild.
Hey, only getting better with age.
I hope so.
Just like a stinky cheese.
Yeah, no, I always wanted to be a stinky cheese when I grew up. That was my dream.
Hey, I always say if you're not getting older, you've done something wrong. Bad happens. It's kind of the point.
Yeah.
Is to rack up those experiences. Well, we will be back next week for episode 67.
Great.
But I think we can cut out a little early. We got done everything.
What?
This feels like when you're in high school and it's the last class of the day and it's like, oh guys, let's go to 7-Eleven and get some Slurpees.
But it's our show, so I can ring the bell early.
High school. Mm-hmm. That was it.